Mamelodi Sundowns, the team who are sitting very comfortably on top of the league, bought not one, not two, not three, but four players, and one of which is one Khosi, who comes from Orlando Pirates. And I know this is more hurting to Orlando Pirates knowing that they lost one of their best players. You look at Kaizer Chiefs on the other hand, they signed a total of nobody. They did not sign anyone. And before anyone says, Panpilo Chiefs said they will not be signing anyone, I will refer you to an interview that was done by Kevin Johnson, where he said, this was like yesterday or 2 days back before the window closed, he said, in football, you may never know. Things may drop out of the sky, referring to could you or are you still going to sign someone? And he said anything can happen, but right now we're not looking at signing anyone. To me, that sounds the same as we are trying to get someone, but even if we don't get someone, it's not a train smash. And to me, that is worrying. And I will tell you why in a moment. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. Now, we all know this. The guy who's currently playing as a left back for Golden Arrows, Bradley Cross, if I'm not mistaken, came to Kaizer Chiefs and did trials, and then they did not approve for him to stay at Chiefs. And we know they also wanted another player from who's playing for Simba, if I'm not mistaken, also who's also a left back. We clearly see that Kaizer Chiefs are struggling in the left back position, and we look at Sfiso Hlanti and how he performs, and I would find very few people who are going to say they are satisfied with his performance. And yet we went through another transfer window without reinforcing that position. And I know there's going to be someone on the comment section who's going to say, oh, Panpilo, we have Riff Rosler and he can play as a left back. Can he? Because once he starts making mistakes as a left back, people are going to start saying because he's being played out of position. You take Utitloko, who's left-footed, but he plays as a centre back, you play him as a left back. He plays there, he starts making mistakes. What do we say? It's not his position. Same thing with Uflus, who's also right-footed. By the way, people will say, play him at left back. He plays there, he struggles, we go back to the same thing. So, left back, I don't even think Chiefs needs, because if we're talking about, let's talk about other positions. Let's talk about a striker, or let's just talk about a goalkeeper. Let's start there. If Chiefs were to sign a goalkeeper, then I understand if they're saying we're looking for a specific kind of goalkeeper. A goalkeeper who can play from the back, who's not, who doesn't panic, basically. Who knows who's good at his feet, right? If maybe they were not happy with Prosipvom, and then they couldn't get him in January, then I would understand because he's a harder goalkeeper to find. But you have Urian Hanamup. Ryan Hanamup is playing well for Namibia, is playing well for Amazulu. He has 18 months remaining on his contract. If you are really serious about finishing second, as Jessica Mtaung said, that they want to finish in the Champions League spot, Upobi Mtaung delusionally said that the race of the title is still on. It's not. And if they really have these ambitions to finish closer to Sundowns or overtake Sundowns, then they should be acting like Sundowns. In fact, we should be spending double what Sundowns are spending, because Sundowns are already there and yet they're still spending that money, because we're trying to play catch up, but we're not even spending half of what they're spending in the market. Yet you Kaizer Chiefs fans, my lovely fan base, you are going to go to Twitter, go wherever, and comment on Chiefs. Chiefs is the biggest club in the world. In South Africa, Chiefs is sponsored by MedShield. Chiefs is sponsored by Vodacom. They have a lot of money. Yet, that money is not being used to buy the players. And then people are going to say, yeah, we don't have Mutsepe money. I am not talking about Mutsepe money here. I'm not talking about spending 80 million. Fine, let's not do what Sundowns are doing, because some of the money they're spending is because they're winning it. But for us, a good signing once in a while wouldn't hurt. Like a necessary signing to add on top of that wouldn't hurt. You have a lot of players who are sitting on the bench, who you could send on loan. You have a lot of players who are sitting on the bench, who you could include as part of a deal with the other team. You have Ustebe, for example. We know that there are talks that Amazulu might be looking to get him end of the season. Put him as part of the deal. Get to Ryan Hanamub. You have Usabelo Hatebe who's not playing. Put him as part of a deal. Get Ryan Hanamub. You have Umdu. You are not playing him. You could send him out on a loan. Add money. Get Ryan Hanamub. You will still get Umdu back because you are sending him out on a loan. There are a lot of other players that I can keep on going on and on about who we can include in these loan deals and then get that player that we need, because a left back is not like that complicated of a player ukuthi profile. Besides isn't any. There are simpler things like for a left back like Upasadine or Ryan Hanamub. Let's use Upasadine because he's a simpler example, because Hanamub Uzobuyuti is a foreign and there is a foreign spot is not available. Okay, fine. Let's take for example Upasadine. Now Upasadine, we've not tried to do anything. But you think about it, you have a relationship with their team and they might want some players from us. So why are we not working something out, especially with a team that we have an understanding with? It shows to me, Guti, they are saying they take football this serious, but they actually take it this serious. Because as much and as long as, that's the word I'm trying to look for, as long as the team as a brand is doing well, they will not care. So unless Uhlandi comes back being explosive and Udove plays best football I've ever seen him as a left back, then I think this has been a very big mistake for them to not sign a left back in January. Because other positions, I can say, okay, the problem with strikers is supply. Then we can fix his supply from midfield. But from left back, it's like, it's him. There are no players who are there and available to give us 180 in each and every game. So I have a problem with that. But if you are fine with Chiefs not signing anyone, you can let me know on the comment section below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, like it. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to the channel. It does help me to reach more people like you. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, equals al pelumoy. Guess the player, starting with the easy one. I know you won't get the last one. Well, this is Dr. Kumalo. What about him? There would be Arthur Zwane. What about this guy? Fabian McCarthy. Let's move to the medium. Who's this guy? Rowan Fernandez. Easy enough. What about him? Cyril Nzama, the last one of the medium. Who's this guy? David Hatebe. Let's go hard. Who's this guy? Isaac Mabutsa. What about him? Sean Pemmel. What about this guy? Gary Goldstone. I know you don't know this guy. Who is he? Gary Bailey. How many did you get? Let me know by commenting and follow for more content like this.